What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, the other day, believe it or not, I went ahead and gave Call of Duty Vanguard another try. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to go ahead and blind you guys with the horrifying gameplay known as Vanguard. I'm more than likely going to have some fantastic World at War gameplay going on in the background, so don't worry. Nothing but the most primal sauce you could possibly get on this channel. But going back and playing Vanguard personally really opened my eyes on why I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to be an absolute flop. And it's not going to be because of the gameplay, it's not because of the map designs, it's not because of the game decisions behind the scenes. It mostly just comes down to the cosmetics they introduce into this game. Back in the day when Call of Duty was truly in its prime, when I was a kid, there's a reason why I wanted to play Call of Duty so badly. It's more than just because it's a fantastic game. It's more than just because it's the most fast-paced arcade shooter out there. And all of those reasons are definitely, good. I definitely think that people enjoy Call of Duty because it's a one-of-kind of experience. But back in the day when I was a kid, one of the other reasons I introduced myself into COD is because it was such an adult game. I know it doesn't make much sense right now, and for a lot of people who are way older than me, this might not have been one of the reasons why you guys were into Call of Duty back in the day, but make sure you go down in the comments section and let me know if you agree with me. But back when I was a kid, and I saw Call of Duty, and I saw that rated M slapped on the cover, or the case of that game, it just made the experience like 10 times more intense. Especially coming from a guy like me where my whole life my parents didn't really want me to play anything like PlayStation or Xbox because of those exact reasons, and I was mostly stuck with Nintendo products for a very long time. I've already told my, my origin story here on YouTube multiple times, but I'll say it one more time just for anybody who's new to the channel. I started off with Nintendo products my whole life, but there was actually a place around the corner that would rent out time on their PCs and on their Xboxes and stuff like that, and I would go and play there all the time. I would rent out time to play on their PCs, and I would play the OG Call of Duty 4 when it first initially dropped, and I was absolutely obsessed. And of course, when I didn't go to that business and pay for time to play on the PC, one of my best friends, his father had an Xbox where he had Halo 3 and, all the OG CODs, all the OG games that you could possibly think of, Gears of War and stuff like that. So that's where I also got my other fix of these type of games. So when the time finally came, and I convinced my parents to get World at War on the Nintendo Wii, my addiction to the franchise truly started to blossom. And one of the reasons I was so addicted to a lot of these games is because they were made for adults, That's just one of the main reasons why a lot of kids like these rated M games. They were for adults. We weren't supposed to touch them, we weren't supposed to play them, so since it's forbidden in our eyes, it looks 10 times better. Something like Gears of War, oh my god. I don't think my parents ever knew I used to play that at my friend's house on Xbox if they did. Oh my god, the trouble I would be in. But it's reasons why those games always stood out to me. And Call of Duty was definitely one of them. Looking at World at War, it was a gruesome-ass game. I mean, you could take a trench shotgun and absolutely blow your enemy's limbs off. I mean, as a kid, once again, seeing something like that in a video game is completely next level. And stuff like that was honestly pretty addicting, and it made me love the Call of Duty franchise. And it's one of the main reasons why I stuck with it. It's one of the main reasons why I kept buying Call of Duty games. And then I ended up with Modern Warfare 2, and then I ended up with Black Ops 1, and then I ended up with Modern Warfare 3, then Black Ops 2, Ghost, all the jetpack COD. I was a religious Call of Duty fan because Call of Duty offered a military, realistic styled game that was grounded. It made sense, the camouflages made sense, the atmosphere made sense, the dialogue made sense, everything about Call of Duty was adult-like, while at the same time, it branched out and tried crazy things here and there. Like Black Ops 2, for an example. I mean, all the camos that you can get in that game, that you had to purchase with real money, of course, were out of the... I mean, you could put bacon on your gun. So, Call of Duty was never completely, all about the most realistic possible visuals you could think of. But it was able to find a way to combine fun-looking skins along with not going too goofy to the point of like Fortnite, for an example. That was back in the day when the development teams like Infinity Ward and Treyarch, when they designed the games, they designed the game with adults in mind, right? They start with adults, and they never even bothered trickling into, oh, well, what if kids wanted to play this game? Maybe we should add this into the game to make sure the kids enjoy it. They never dabbled into that mindset. Each and every Call of Duty experience was designed with the rated M tag in mind. Fast forward to current date, one of the main reasons why I can't stand COD anymore is because it feels like their first initial thought is the kids. You know, they understand now. They see the overall picture. that children are really overpopulating the gameplay space. Nothing wrong with that. That's actually fantastic news because it means gaming, just in general, is growing. People are loving it more and it's becoming more of a household item. Back in the day, it wasn't as popular. Current date, you probably will see a console in every single household you could possibly think of. So yeah, it's a good thing that a lot of children and youngins are getting into the gaming scene. But just because they're getting into the gaming scene doesn't mean you have to change your mindset on how you develop your games. If our parents back in the day would allow us, because obviously they would have to purchase these games. We couldn't go into GameStop and buy Modern Warfare 2, My parents had to do that for me. We weren't allowed. So if our parents were willing to do that back in the day, I'm pretty positive it's not going to be any different current date. And the thing is that the developers aren't forgetting that it's a rated M title. Every single year they always over-exaggerate about how the game is going to be so gruesome, so controversial, They always make sure that they make that point, that it's a rated M. But it seems instead of just strictly keeping that mindset, they're starting to trickle off and have little side notes thinking, well, kids are going to buy this game. Even though it's rated M, parents are still going to go and purchase this title. And now that we know there's a lot of children who play this game, maybe, just maybe, we should add a few things here and there, add in filters to be able to turn specific things off, and, that's fair. I'll be honest, that's fair, for adults who don't want their children to have, intense blood and gore, like I said, World at War status, where you're blowing limbs off. That's a fair feature to add into the game. But then it trickles into the skins and the atmosphere of the overall title. Once again, they know that what sells, what really catches people's eyes, and a lot of the kids of these games, they love flashy content. So what happens is that these games start off how they should. Games like Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, for example. Vanguard, I just never cared for that game. I'm not going to use that as an example, even though that's what sparked the topic of this video. But it's such a trash game, I don't even want to bother mentioning it. But Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, they both started grounded, exactly like how any other classic Call of Duty game would start off, even though it's not identical because the classics are way better. But you get what I'm saying here. Not insanely flashy skins, things that actually made sense. Like the first few store items that were introduced into Call of Duty Modern Warfare were absolutely fantastic. They were insane, and they fit the time period. But then, 3, 4, 5+ months down the road, that's where things start to get a bit crazy. You see, they grab us, they get our attention starting off the game, they get all of our money, and then it turns from a rated M experience into a E10+ experience. And that's just not what I enjoy, and that's why I truly think that Modern Warfare 2 is going to slowly go downhill a little bit. They can make everything right within this game. And honestly, I hope they do, even though I'm keeping my mindset very neutral right now because I don't want to be let down since, I've been let down a lot in the past, so I feel like a neutral mindset is the best type of mindset and helped me a ton when it came to Call of Duty Vanguard. But regardless, even with a neutral mindset, I could totally see the outcome of the skins going on a massive decline. It just sucks. It makes me wish that, they almost had a more of a DICE approach. I gotta give DICE props with Battlefield 2042. I really have to. They started off horrifying. They were going to take the Call of Duty approach, but they listened to the community and they changed the overall outlook. All the skins in 2042 now fit the time period. They make sense. And even though they are partially flashy, they gave it the BO2 treatment. They can make it flashy without going over the top and taking us out of the environment. I really do think that if Modern Warfare 2 takes the same approach they took with Vanguard and later on in Black Ops Cold War and later on in Modern Warfare, things aren't going to look too bright. I'm not saying make it completely boring. Take out all the fun skins, I keep bouncing back to Black Ops 2 because it's a great example. It really truly is. It's a fantastic example because Treyarch did a phenomenal job with balancing out crazy out there skins with a grounded experience. And they could do that. They could totally do that current date. But I feel like Call of Duty is way too far gone. I mean, even the DLC roadmaps and stuff like that, it doesn't even look like it's a military experience anymore. What happened to the military vibes that COD was all about? Call of Duty was a military shooter. I don't feel that anymore. I don't even feel a special ops, vibe out of it anymore. I understand we're like super soldiers in COD, it's a little bit more than just being in the army, but my God, it just looks like superheroes now. I can't even tell the difference between looking at like Superman or Batman or something of that sort and then looking at Call of Duty. It's the same exact atmosphere now. they're really dumbing it down. And I'm going to be honest with you. That is one major thing that will truly turn me off from Modern Warfare 2 altogether. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. Say hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so: Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.